Hi guys, Amanda Calderon here. Let's talk about such a not so happy topic, mental health issues in our state. So back when I was in nursing school, it's been a long time ago now, I remember the suicide rate in Colorado was extremely high. We were one of the worst in the nation. It looks like today we are not doing much better. Not sure the last time this page was updated, but according to World Atlas, we're sitting at number 10. So that's still a pretty bad number. As many of you know, we're still having a mental health crisis in our state. I think there are a lot of factors to that, one being the politics here. So I saw a doctor on Instagram discussing the mental health of liberals in the United States. And so I decided to do a little research because you should always check in on the things that you find on social media. Doctor or not, you want to check how valid people's points are. So I wanted to find a source that everybody can kind of trust, and especially those that don't really agree with me. And I thought Columbia University, oh, that's a pretty liberal school. So this would be something I think the Democrats and liberals should look into more, is why young men and women that lean to the left politically are struggling with depression so bad. That in and of itself is just one of the factors that's noted in some of these studies. But from Columbia Magazine, which is a Columbia University publication, why depression rates are higher among liberals, and this is under their health and medicine section. So if you've known liberals personally, I have a few family members that are, I would say, very liberal. If you know them, they tend to be emotional thinkers first and foremost, instead of logical thinkers. And they take in an enormous amount of negative thought and energy. And they do a lot of rumination. And everybody should know, no matter if you're on the left or the right, rumination causes nothing but anxiety and depression. So actually there's like full-on psychological treatment programs that are available for people that have issues with rumination. So anyway, there's other things on this list I just found were very informative and very interesting, and I thought I would share them with you guys because conservatives, especially conservative women, but conservative men as well, they're much healthier mentally. So let's look a little more at these numbers, shall we? There are, among liberal women ages 18 to 40, there's lower life satisfaction and happiness. They're considerably less satisfied in their lives and in their mental health than conservative women. They have increased loneliness, G-O under Y, with all the man-hating that they do. There's a sharp rise in depression, as you know, and as I just mentioned, rumination, anxiety, and of course loneliness. Those all cause depression. And then vulnerability factors. Studies suggest personality traits like aesthetic, emotional openness, justice sensitivity, that's what they're calling it. They're more common in girls and liberals, and may intensify negative reactions to distressing news. So in other words, they're very sensitive. Anyway, I find that just there's this link between there being depression and being liberal. To me, what that says is it's like a failure to thrive. So being hyper emotional is not a natural thing that humans do. We are all emotional. You don't want to be unemotional, but you want to have control of your emotions, right? And I find that that's been my primary concern with liberals. That's actually has to do with why I decided to run for U.S. Senate, is because of the emotional outbursts and response that my husband and I have received. So interesting. Any of you know liberals, you'll know that that's typically why we disagree with them. They're hypersensitive. They think emotionally. They ruminate, they dwell, they do not forgive, they do not move on, and they feel things so intensely that it's just not healthy. They're not like built to thrive in a normal society. Anyway, please look into this, guys. I just thought that was interesting. There's a whole bunch of articles that are scientifically based journals, which is what you should be looking into. Don't just pull up the first thing that you see and go with it. You want to make sure that the sources that you're using are scientifically based, peer reviewed, that you've got real knowledge in there. So do research on that, the mental health of liberals in America. Interesting.